Helping a salesperson do better is very simple. Watch this video if you want to know how. Do you have a salesperson or a sales team that's struggling to meet their sales goals? Here are 3 things that they probably need to work on in order to become the best salesperson for them and the best salesperson for your company. The first thing is going to be, do they have a clearly defined sales process? So what does this mean? Is there clearly a way for them to either get or go out and find new leads that they can talk to? Is there a clearly defined script and process in order to convert those leads into people that are interested in your product or service, and then people that want to buy your product and service? Do you have clearly defined overcoming objections? Do you have a process for once someone is interested in becoming a customer, then what are the next steps? How do you onboard that customer? How do you take care of them? How do you fulfill? What does a salesperson do to follow up with people who are maybe interested but not quite ready, or who aren't interested right now? Do you have a clearly defined process for how they follow up with those people? Do you have a clearly defined process and system for salespeople to know when someone isn't a good fit for your product or service, when they shouldn't spend time on that person? All of these things are very important details that really are going to matter to your sales professional, and making sure that you give them the confidence to go out and be able to find leads or contact their leads and take this person through a journey of becoming interested in the product or service and then purchasing the product or service. If the salesperson doesn't know the end goal or objective while they're talking to people and what the very next step is, they're going to get lost in all of the objections, all of the questions, and basically just all of the distractions that the lead or customer is going to give them along the way. And they're not going to end up at the point of closing the deal where you want them to be and where they want them to be. So the best thing that you can ever do is make sure you have a clearly defined process and journey for your salesperson, your sales team, to take their customer through. The second thing is going to be mindset. Now, there's usually one of 3 problems with mindset. The one is a lack of belief in your company to deliver. The second problem is going to be lack of belief in the product or service does what it actually says it's going to do. And the third thing is going to be lack of belief in themselves to be able to really help the customer. Now, for the first 2 points, it's really easy to overcome these by giving your salespeople testimonials from customers, giving them before and afters of customers, giving them just historical data on your company and proof that your company has been around helping people and actually doing what you say you're going to do, and making a difference in those people's lives. When it comes to the third thing, lack of belief in themselves, this is something where your salespeople can really hit a wall. And if not willing to take a look at what is going on in their head and what is going on in their psyche, they may not progress very far with your company. They may not develop and become that expert sales professional that you need and that they really want to be. And so when you look at self-belief, they have to really be able to take a look at all of the things that are programmed in their lives, their family, their school system, their friends, their parents, everything that has an impact on their life and has led them to believe what they believe currently. They have to be willing to take a look at all that and reevaluate all of that and really see, why is this impacting me and why is this limiting me with my sales process? Because those beliefs are going to definitely impact the way they interact with customers, the way they react to certain things that customers are going to say to them, and their belief system about whether they can really help that customer or not. I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. The third thing that your salespeople really need to work on, and most salespeople never want to do this, is just role play. Practice and role play. Anytime I work with a new client or work with a new salesperson, one of the things that I always will do directly with them, at least in the beginning, is role play. I role play to see where their foundations are at. I role play to see where their problems are at. And I teach them how to role play successfully so that way they can go and role play with you, their boss, their manager, a team member, another salesperson, anyone around them, so that way they can continue to get better. Practicing in role play is the number one thing that will help your salespeople build confidence in themselves, in their abilities, and build that muscle memory to really be able to have confidence in overcoming objections, answering questions for clients, learning the product and product fit. Role play is absolutely essential, and most salespeople do not do it consistently, and they don't make it a high priority. When I'm training someone, I always tell them that they need to spend the first at least 30 minutes of every day doing some active role play. This is going to help them overcome the biggest hurdles they had the day before. This is going to help them pick up their energy, get in the groove, get excited, and just get prepared for contacting customers, talking to them, and getting in that mindset that a salesperson needs to have. So if your sales team or your salesperson is struggling, I can guarantee you they're probably struggling from one of these three things, if not all of them. And you really need to make sure that you're facilitating a way for them to get the right mindset, have the best sales process, and practice. Hey everyone, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this one, go ahead and leave the like button to let me know that you got value from the video, as well as go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that way you can be tuned in when I create more videos in the future. Also, go ahead and check out the description if you want to find out more information about working with me one-on-one. I do provide consulting and coaching services for hiring VA teams, for marketing teams, and sales teams to help your business get consistent growth so you can live a life of abundance.